are you? Let's talk about food, okay? Someone recently said to me, how do you cook all these things or bake all these? I think it was baking, because I was posting something about baking. And somebody posted or commented, how do you bake all this stuff and not eat it? And I said, who says I don't eat it? You know? And then they responded with, well, how do you maintain your weight? I want to talk about food for a second. Because, one, my eating, just like everything else in life, has peaks and valleys. There are times that I'm really on it, okay, and I'm really eating healthy. And there are times when I could be doing a lot better, okay? And I would say for the most part, that's how we all are, okay? So one thing you got to get straight, if you're struggling with your eating, okay, or if you're struggling with, maybe you want to lose weight, but you don't know, you're not able to do, you think you're not able to because maybe you don't know how to eat healthy, okay? Or maybe it's confusing because you see people around you that are either, maybe they're doing intermittent fasting and that's not for you and you can't do it, so you think you're never going to lose weight. Maybe people around you are big on the keto. Keto is really popular right now. Maybe you've tried keto and it's not for you. So maybe you think you can't lose weight because you can't do keto. Maybe it's just low carb and you don't function well on low carb. And, you know, there's lots of ways to lose weight, okay? And let me tell you something. They all work, okay? Every diet plan works if you follow it, okay? The problem lies in a lot of diet plans are not realistic, okay? So when you are looking at losing weight and a diet plan, okay, you got to look at, are you trying to lose 10 pounds to fit into a dress for a reunion? Or are you trying to make a difference in your health long term, okay? Because if you want to lose 5 to 10 pounds for a specific event, okay, that you are probably also planning to gain that loss back when that event comes. So if I want to lose 10, I've done this, okay, a gazillion times. If I want to lose 10 pounds for something specific, okay, I have hit that goal many times in my life. And I've always quit that plan that was getting me there as soon as that event happened, whether it was vacation or, you know, an event or something specific that I wanted to lose that weight for. Once that event showed up and it was over, I went back to my same old eating habits and I gained the weight back, okay? That's what happens when you focus on weight loss for a specific event. For a specific event, reunion, wedding, vacation, turn whatever. If you focus on weight loss for a specific event, you more than likely are going to stop that diet plan, not once you hit your goal, but once that event happens, okay? That's just, I mean, look at your history. Has that happened to you before? Probably has, okay? The key in sustainable weight loss is a sustainable way of eating, okay? First of all, if you have eating issues, okay, if you don't eat healthy, if you don't eat enough, if you eat too much, if you only eat, you know, bad food, fatty foods, fast food, whatever, if you are not eating healthy the majority of the time, okay, you really need to focus on your eating and how to eat sustainably. That does not mean you have to eat perfect forever, okay? Because there's very few of us that do that. Those people don't struggle with food. Those people know how to eat healthy. Those people probably brought up eating healthy, okay? Those people probably don't have dependency issues on food. Those people probably know the difference between a good carb and a bad carb, okay? But the majority of us, okay, we eat on convenience, fast, okay? What can we get right now because we're not prepared, okay? What's cheap? What can I afford? You know, there's a stigma with eating healthy is more expensive, but I think that that's not really true if you really put forth effort, okay? Lots of things, okay? Sustainable. Is it sustainable for you to put powder in your drink twice a day and eat one meal? Probably not. Maybe for some people, okay? Maybe for you for a short period of time to lose X amount of weight for a X amount of, you know, weeks, or to a specific event happens, okay? But realistically, if you want to lose weight, you have to accept the fact that you are not going to eat perfect all the time. When you don't eat perfect, it's not the end of the world. You will have peaks and valleys with what you eat. You know what I just had for lunch? A Lunchable, okay? Is it perfect? No. Is it horrible? No. Could I have done better? Sure. Could I have done worse? Absolutely. Okay, has 260 calories, has 12 grams of protein. Okay, it had like 22 grams of carbs, so it's not awful. Okay, but it was a better choice than other things I could have done, like I have been doing lately, because I haven't been putting forth the effort, and I haven't been preparing. Okay, so I don't eat perfect all the time. When I bake something, guess what? I'm eating it. All right. It's very rare that I can exercise enough restraint or uninterest in eating a brownie if I make brownies, or a slice of pumpkin bread if I make bread. You know, that's just unrealistic. Okay, so I know there are times in my life that are going to happen that I shouldn't bake, because I'm in a frenzy. You know, maybe I'm PMSing, or maybe I've, you know, I'm worried about something, or I'm stressed about something, or I got something, you know, going on that's not in my norm, and I know that I'm going to turn to food. So those times I'm not going to bake, whatever these things that are going to be trigger foods for my food addiction. Okay, but there are times that I just make them and I eat it. I don't eat the whole pan. I don't eat 12 cookies. I mean, maybe sometimes. But for the most part, I can somewhat control the amount of the bad food I'm eating, compensate that with better choices the rest of the day. Okay, so there's another very important key. And this is something that happened to me many times in my life, and it's probably happened to you more times than you care to admit, is that when you are doing well on a diet plan, or eating healthier, or whatever, and then you have a bite of cookie, or you had a cupcake in the break room, then you quit for the whole day, and then the whole day becomes the whole week, and the whole week becomes the whole month, and the whole month becomes 6 months. Okay, you are not going to gain 10 pounds back because you ate a cupcake on someone's birthday at the office. Okay, you're not going to gain 10 pounds back if you ate a cookie or 2 or even 3 because you made cookies for your kids that day. All right, so stop thinking in order to be successful you have to be perfect, because that's not realistic and that's not sustainable. Okay, forgive yourself and move on. Add exercise into your life. No, you cannot out exercise a bad diet. We all have heard that, and yes, we know it's true, but guess what? You can certainly help offset some of that imperfection. Okay, so that is how I offset. That's how I balance it. I'm not working out excessively, number one. Number two, I don't exercise with the intention of being able to eat more, or as punishment for something that I did eat. Okay, we often do that. Okay, I exercise for my mental health, and I do exercise so I can eat a little extra. Not gonna lie. Okay, I'm a food addict, and I love food. Okay, Double whammy. So, yeah, you can't out exercise a bad diet, but yeah, you can give yourself a little bit more breathing room and give yourself a little bit more of a cushion. And you know what? Those 3 cookies that you ate when you made those cookies for your kids when they got home from school aren't going to matter as much if you're getting in 30 to 60 minutes of activity, 4 or 5 days a week. Okay? So stop trying to be perfect and try to be real. Keep trying different ways of eating. Maybe you need a lot of vegetables and fruit in your diet to be sustainable. Maybe you don't need a lot of protein. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe you don't need a lot of meat, okay? There's just lots of ways. Keto works for a lot of people. Keto does not work for everybody. Low carb works for a lot of people. Low carb doesn't work for everybody, okay? These specific diet plans that restrict what you're eating are not sustainable for most people because they're too restrictive. When you can't have something, you want it more, okay? That's just like human psychology. So, neener, can I fit? I sure can. Boop, boop, boop. Eat healthy. Eat less processed food. Cook more at home. Prepare more. Eat more fruits. Eat more vegetables. Eat more nuts. Eat more seeds. Eat more lean meats. Eat more eggs. Eat lean, low-fat things. And when all else fails, count your calories. Okay? Count your calories. That works. I lost 100 pounds in a year and 2 months with no exercise. And I'm not recommending that you don't exercise. I'm just proving a point here. 1 year, 2 months, 100 pounds, no exercise, simply by counting calories. I didn't have cheat days, okay? I didn't have cheat days, okay? I had cheat food. I don't like to call it that, but I ate bad food sometimes in that year and 2 months, okay? I ate meals that were high calorie. There were days that I went over my calories. There were days I were under my calories, okay? I didn't quit because I wasn't perfect. And guess what? I lost 100 pounds in 14 months, okay? Gained it all back. That's a whole different story, okay? But that's not because what I was doing was not sustainable. It was because I didn't have some other pieces of the puzzle figured out in regards to my mental health and why I turned to food, okay? Whole nother story, whole nother time. Anyway, you do not need to be perfect, okay? You do not need to eat perfect. You need to eat sustainable. Figure it out. Bottom line, easiest way to do it, count calories. Count calories, and then you can exercise to bank more, okay? Until you figure out that balance. Easiest way to do it, as you're figuring out what you like and what you don't like and what works for you. Anyway, gotta go shopping. Couldn't get my massage today, so might as well go have some fun at the stores, Anyway, have a great day. Message me if you need any support. See ya.